Hello, it's Rob, your stretch therapy coach. I hope you've been having a great summer. I'm so happy to announce that starting September, we're gonna have 10 weekly stretch therapy classes, including Kits, Cole Harbour, Britannia, community centers, and we're also adding Renfrew Park Community Center and Broadway Tech Center as well. So all those programs are available for registration, and I believe there's about 5 complimentary classes I'm offering in the first week of September as well. Now, I hope you had a chance to practice at home. If you haven't, here's a little sequence to help you get you warmed up, loosen up, more so the spine and hips. Perfect for people who work at office, sit all day, or are stuck in traffic. Most of these stretches can be done in a chair, except for the Cobra stretch. You can also do it on the floor. Now, I'm gonna go through it pretty quickly. I recommend watching this video first, and then you can practice along at home or at the gym after a workout. So here is the Daily 5 plus Piriformis stretch, also known as the Daily 6, and I hope to see you soon at all those new programs that are starting up in a couple weeks. Okay, so let's think about the side of our body. So this is called a lateral bend. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go kneeling position. You can kneel on a block, or if you got something nice and soft to kneel on at home, some pillows. Or we're gonna stretch out the side of your torso. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna slide our hand down, you're gonna grab your calf. And we're just gonna relax the side of the body right in here. We can look up, kind of see how that feels. We're focusing on a circular breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Just kind of see how that feels. We want to make sure this side is nice and relaxed. Tension's in your arms. We don't want to get any cramps in the love handles here. Now, if you're unable to grab the calf, you'd use a foam block, or if you have some books, you can stack up some books. So let's think about the side of the body. Big exhale. Let's bring the other arm up in the air. You can adjust the head and neck, see whatever feels best. Big exhale. Let's drop that arm overhead. Again, we can move around, see how that feels, just to loosen up the side of the body. Big exhale, let's reach, stretch that arm overhead. Let that tension go from the side, from the hips. If you feel into the lats and the shoulders, let that tension go out your fingertips. From there, we can drop the hand down and around to disengage. Good, let's try the other side. We'll bring that hand down to the calf. If that's easy, you can even make a fist and drop it to the floor. If you start to get cramps in that love handle there, you can place your hands on some yoga blocks or books if you don't have any yoga blocks. So tension is in the arm. We're relaxing the midsection, really focusing on this side of the body. We can look up towards the ceiling. We can look down. You can adjust that head and neck position, whatever's comfortable on the head and neck. Let's breathe in through the nose. Big exhale. Let's bring that arm up in the air. And how does that feel? If the tension moves from the side into the shoulder, that's okay. Again, we can adjust that position, whatever you feel comfortable with. Big exhale. Let's drop that arm overhead. Again, we can move around as much as you want. If it's too intense on the shoulder, you can even bring that hand in as well. Big exhale, let's reach, stretch that arm over your head as far as you can go, letting the tension go from the shoulders, out the fingertips. And we can drop that down and around to disengage. Okay, good. Next, we're gonna go into the C stretch, and I'm gonna turn to the side so you can see. We want our spine like the letter C. That's why it's called the C stretch. Very important to keep our feet to the floor. That helps with balance and helps relax our spine. So from there, we're gonna reach behind the knees. You can grab your wrist if you like, what's called a trapeze grip. You can grab your fingertips, whatever feels comfortable. I'm grabbing my wrist like that. So you can then grab the wrist and you're going to lean back. We're gonna slouch, we're gonna lean back. Remember, keep your feet to the floor. You're gonna relax your chin to your sternum, but I'm just gonna turn towards you so you can hear me a little bit better. Remember, just gonna think about pushing your low back flat to the floor. Relaxing your chin to the sternum. Now to increase the stretch to one side, you're gonna exhale, slide one foot forward on the floor. That's gonna increase the stretch to that one shoulder as we breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Big exhale. Let's slide the feet back together. Let's lean back further into the stretch if you get a release. Good. Let's try that same technique on the other side. Let's slide the other foot forward on the floor. That's going to pull the other arm forward as we breathe. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's slide the feet back together. Let's breathe out. Let's lean back deeper into the stretch. Good. Let's stretch out the back of our neck. Let's point our chin to our knees. Always breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Big exhale. Let's relax our chin down to the sternum, leaning back deeper into that stretch. Good. From there, we can walk the feet forward. We can sit up nice and tall. We can release the grip. We're going to roll the shoulders back. Good. Let's go into a nice rotational back stretch. This one seems to be everyone's favorite. And what we're going to do is we're going to lay flat on our back, on the mat, on the floor. One knee's going to go up, and we're going to rotate over. We want to relax both feet to the floor. Now, if you have a foot in limbo, say you're stuck in this position, you can place some pillows, some yoga blocks, whatever you got, those phone books, we can place those under the feet. That's going to help relax the spine. If you have a foot in limbo, your body thinks you're falling, it's actually going to tense up your low back. I see people making this mistake a lot at the gym. Place something under your foot. Over time, we can take those blocks, those books out as you progress into that stretch. Now the side that we rotate onto, we're going to take our hand, we're going to hold our knee, our hip, and stretch. Other hand, palm up on the floor if you can. Now since we're stretching the midsection, our contraction, which are isometric, all of our contractions are isometric, we're going to use our ab muscles, try to shift the hips backward like this. But since you're holding onto the knee, the hips cannot go back. After contraction, breathe out hard, turn the hips forward. So let's try that together. Now, if any of these contractions are too intense, you can just use a hold, relax technique. But that's the difference in PNF stretching. We use a contract, relax. So let's try our contraction. Tummy tight, try to shift the hips back, but hold on to the knee so it does not go back as we breathe. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Big exhale, breathe out. As we breathe out, relax the midsection, relax the hips, and keep your shoulder blades down to the floor. Keep that other hand down to the floor. Now the muscles in the front of the shoulder are tight, it's going to pull that arm forward. Again, I can help you with that in class or one-on-one. Let's try another contraction, tummy tight, shifting the hips back for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. No more turning back. We're breathing out. As we breathe out, keep your shoulder blades to the floor. As we breathe out, if you want to increase the stretch, draw the knee down to the floor. If you don't need to go anywhere, you can enjoy that position. Let's try one more contraction. Tummy tight as we shift the hips back for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Big exhale. Breathe out. As we breathe out, let's relax the knee to the floor, the feet to the floor, our shoulder blades to the floor. Good. This is my favorite part. This is where I feel the stretch the most, is as I roll the hips back. Good, and side to side. Awesome. Let's try that same technique on the other side. I'm just going to spin around. Good. So other knee goes up. I'm going to rotate over again, relaxing both feet to the floor. Other arm, palm up, shoulder blades to the floor. We're going to lightly hold that knee, that hip in position. Let's try that same technique on this side. As we breathe, tummy tight, try to shift the hips back for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. No more turning back. We have to breathe out hard. As we breathe out hard, if you want to increase the stretch, draw the knee down to the floor. Remember, keep that hand to the floor, shoulder blades to the floor. Good. Let's try that again. Tummy tight, always breathing, shifting the hips back for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Big exhale. Breathe out. As we breathe out, let's melt down to the floor. We can just follow along. If you don't get a release, that's okay. That means you're in a big stretch. It's okay. Good. Let's try that one more time. Tummy tight, trying to shift the hips back as we breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. No more turning back. We're breathing out hard. As we breathe out, we can relax our knee to the floor, our shoulders to the floor, letting the tension go from the midsection. Favorite part, coming out of that stretch, we can roll the hips back to the floor and side to side. Good. Now what's been added to the sequence is our hip stretch because of piriformis syndrome. If these muscles on the side of the hips are tight, you could pinch on sciatic nerve, increase sciatic nerve pain, pinch on arteries and mimic stroke-like symptoms. So it's because we sit so much as a society. So let's stretch that out. You can do this at work in your chair at home. What you're going to do is we're going to cross one foot over. We want to bring that knee into the shoulder. So we're going to lean into the knee. We want to hook the opposite elbow, give that knee a bear hug. I'm going to pull that knee in nice and tight. Now we don't want to be slouching. We practice that enough throughout the day. So let's draw our spine up towards the knee. The contraction, this leg that we're stretching, right in here, the hip, we're going to use that muscle to push the knee outwards. But since we're holding on to the knee, it cannot go out. After contraction, we pull that knee in. So again, let's draw the spine up towards the knee. The contraction, we're pushing that knee out towards our forearms as we breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. No more pushing out. We're letting the tension go from the outside of the hips. We're breathing out. We're pulling that in nice and tight. I'm going to scoot forward so you can see me better. Go on. Let's try that again. Drawing the spine up towards the knee, pushing that knee out as we breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Big exhale. No more pushing. We're breathing out, letting that stress go from the outside of the hip, pulling that knee in nice and tight. Let's try that one more time. Drawing the spine up towards the knee, pushing that knee out as we breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Big exhale, letting that tension go. Pulling that knee in tighter if you want to increase the stretch. It's up to you. It's up to you. Good. Let's let go of that knee. Let's shake out the legs. Let's try the other side. Other knee goes up and over. We're leaning in, hooking the opposite elbow in, and we're pulling that in nice and tight. I want to see how that feels again on the outside of the hip, and one side might be tighter than the other. This side's a lot tighter for me. Good. Good, good, good. Let's try that same technique. Let's draw the spine up towards the knee with the hip that we're stretching. Let's push that knee outwards for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. No more pushing out. We're breathing out. If you want to increase the stretch, if you felt a release, you can breathe out, pull that in tighter. Good, let's try that again. Drawing the spine up towards the knee, pushing the knee out as we breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. No more pushing out. We're breathing out, trying to let that tension go. If you want, we can exhale, pull it in tighter. Or if you're in a big stretch like I am, you can enjoy that position. You don't need to go anywhere. Let's try that one more time. Drawing the spine up towards the knee, pushing that knee out for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Big exhale. Let that tension go from the outside of the hip. Good. When we're all down, we can bring it down. We can shake out the legs. And we're going to do a couple more stretches for our spine. Now with the Cobra stretch, we want to relax our spine entirely. The tension is going to be in our arms and shoulders. Relax your feet to the floor. At any point, your low back tenses up, bring it back down, shake it out. Good, so what we do is we're gonna lay flat on our tummy on the mat. We relax the feet to the floor. We're just gonna wiggle out the hips. Now I'm turning towards you so you can hear me a bit better, but you can just go in a neutral head position. We either go hands to the floor like a push-up or forearms to the floor like a plank. And we're very slowly gonna breathe out. Relax your spine in a clothesline, and we're going to push the shoulders off the ground. We want to keep our hip bones to the floor. We want to keep our feet to the floor, and find the range of motion that works for you. When you find that position, big exhale, relax your tummy, let your belly button hang out. Good. From there, let's slowly turn to one side. Take a look at your feet. Can you look past, look at both feet? Good, let's slowly turn forward. When you get there, big exhale, relax the spine. Let your belly button hang out. Good, let's slowly turn to the other side. Can you see your feet? Good. Let's slowly turn forward. When you get there, big exhale, relax the spine. Good. If you want to stay in this position, you can. Think we're just relaxing everything below the shoulders. When you're all done, we can lower ourselves to the floor. When you get there, you can wiggle out the hips. Now we have a rule in stretch therapy. Every time we go into an extension, we pair it with flexion, just to make sure those low back muscles aren't shortened. So what we're gonna do, we can bring our knees into the mat, into the floor. You can use some pillows if this is uncomfortable for you. We're gonna drop our ribs to knees. We're gonna bring the arms forward. We're gonna squeeze our tummy muscles for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. No more squeezing. Breathing out, melting down to the floor. Good. We can shake it out. Of course, we would stand on up and walk around. I did this pretty quick because I didn't want a super long video. Of course, you're welcome to slow it down on your own. Take your time with those stretches. I hope it helps. I'm looking forward to seeing you in a couple weeks with all the new programs at all the community centers, Renfrew Park, Cole Harbour, Britannia, and KITS. Hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.